Hi everyone, and today we're going to be doing a long versus. We're going to be crossing multiverses between the DC and Star Wars universe. We're going to be doing Robin, and as well as Red Arrow, or Roy Harper, whatever you want to call him, Arsenal, and Cal Kestis, because I thought those three have a lot in common. They're young, they're good fighters, they're good at combat, they're good at fighting others. They've been through a lot, all three. So let's go over the story really quick. Alright, we're going to be doing the history of Tim Drake Robin, the third Robin, the smartest out of most Robins. So this is what I learned from what I learned about comic book history. When Batman lost Jason Todd, the second Robin, Batman went a little dark, started becoming more violent against criminals, and so Tim Drake, one day, Winston, Dick Grayson, the original Robin's parents' death, but then he looked back on that and then put two and two together and figured out that Bruce Wayne is Batman. And so he went to him and tried to convince Nightwing to become back as Robin, but he rejected. And he tried to ask Batman to be a psychic, but Batman wasn't sure. But with potential, Tim Drake eventually became the third Robin and probably my favorite Robin. And yeah, he also one day quit Batman and became Red Robin, but then he went back eventually. And so that's Tim Drake's Robin's history. There's other stuff, of course, but I'm just talking about his main origin. And for Red Arrow, or Arsenal, or Speedy, whatever you want to call him, Red Arrow, before he was Roy Harper, and he was low on money, and so one day he stole Oliver Queen's sister, Thea Queen's purse. They caught up to him, and eventually, after some few talks, Thea Queen and Roy Harper started bonding. Then one day, the next season of Arrow, he lost his home due to Malcolm Merlin's earthquake bomb, and then he also got mind controlled by this serum made by Deathstroke, and Green Arrow, Oliver Queen, was able to help him get erased from that, even though he had violent outbursts and Roy accidentally killed a cop. And so then Roy eventually became the Red Arrow and would go on missions with the Green Arrow after getting some training. But then, after learning that Roy got some superpowers from the serum that he had, he eventually, after his violent intentions, he had to go leave the team. But then he came back a few times. But then one day he did officially came back to the team in season 8 after getting found by John Diggle. And he helped Oliver and the gang at Leon U, but a tree accidentally fell on Roy and they had to chop off his arm. So Roy didn't have an arm anymore. But then he got a prosthetic arm, and then he did date Thea Queen during the years, by the way. And the two eventually proposed and married her. We can assume, and that's like his story arc from Arrow. In most other versions, he's with the Teen Titans. But I personally love the story arc of Roy Harper and Arrow. We'll go over Cal Kestis' history. He was a Padawan under the lead with Master DePaul, which was his master. And the two fought in the Clone Wars, and Cal got a lot of training. But one day, during that training, Palpatine initiated Order 66, and Master DePaul gave his life to save Cal, as Cal then went undercover and went into hiding and quit his Jedi ways until when he became a worker and the Empire came to where he worked, and they killed one of Cal's friends, and that's what made him go back as a Jedi. And he was saved by Greek and Seer Jumva. And Seer took Cal on a mission, these Jedi missions, to collect various things to find a holocron that leads to missing Jedi so they can start a new generation. And they would run into a few Inquisitors. Cal would recruit the Night Sister Miriam, and he would have a buddy with him named BD1, and Cal was also traumatic from his past ways, but he was able to overcome it. But when he got the holocron and he fought the second sister in a final battle, Darth Vader came after Cal went after the holocron. And yeah, Cal didn't win against Vader, and that's far the story is so far. Now let's go over who I think would win. The three have a lot in common. They both use equipment. Cal uses a lightsaber, or Tim Drake uses his bow staff. Red Arrow uses his arrows and bow and arrow. But out of archery skills, Cal would be able to dodge Red Arrow's arrows that would shoot at Cal, because as seen in a game, Cal can defeat Knight brothers who use arrows. So he would probably be able to dodge his arrows and maybe chop off his bow and arrow and force push Red Arrow. But for Tim Drake, I don't know. Like, Tim, he's a strong fighter. He learned from the best, which is Batman. But I don't know if that's enough power against the true power of the Force that which Cal has. And he's able to have BD1 by his side if Tim used his skills on the Cal. And I think Cal would eventually get the upper hand against the two if they all fought. Even the gadgets wouldn't be a thing to Cal. Maybe a few smoke arrows or bombs, but Cal would be able to still stand up and defeat both of them. So I declare Cal Kestis is the winner of this versus. Thanks for watching, and I also did a drawing. It is the YouTube Avengers. The Prince of Punks is on there, Professor Overkill, JC, Face My Mace 8. It's a really great drawing. I hope they like it, and this is my shout out to all you guys. And there's a few of my other friends. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.